Welcome to Birdland. This bird's got a name now that I didn't choose the name. We have a. It's like having babies, like having children. You have a great argument over what the bird is going to be called. Like the bird will never come by its name anyway. It's known by a whistle. Like you'll be known by your friends. That's why I don't have any left. What am I laughing at? Hey, listen. I've lost all my friends and I'm working on my enemies now. No, I'm telling you that this is a time in history where you have to really be careful. I don't even know where the Tribeca Film Festival is being held. I have lost all recollection, all memories of everything. I can't remember anything anymore. I have no recall. I don't even remember that I read this book. Allah is dead. This is not on a good reading list for me. Oh boy, I'm gonna get in trouble. You know what? Whenever you say anything about religion, or you talk about anybody's favorite sport or religion, which is actually baseball in America, it was when I was a kid. Then now it's football, of course, and soccer's coming up, and we all love I love tennis. I love hockey. We admired the Stanley Cup in Buffalo. We looked at it and touched it, worshipped it. Never had one. Did the bird walk down on my back here? Did she go away? Yeah, we gave her a name. She's now known as what is your name now? Let's see if she comes. Watch this. Pearl, are you Pearl? I think Carolyn renamed her. So it took the name Pearl away because the other one was Pearl. This one here is called, I can't remember. What's your name again? I had a guy who named his dog Shit. And he got in the elevator with his dog and he said, "Come here, Shit." Always made me laugh. Okay. Let's get semi-serious here now. The baseball. I was talking about baseball. What really has ruined baseball is all of those figures on the field. All of those things that looks like you're watching Sesame Street. With all of these characters that are running around. And now they're doing it with football. They got all these. That's why I don't watch the Thanksgiving Day parade. I mean, what is that? It's a review of everybody you ever didn't want to see on a baseball field. But they're coming by your house now at Macy's. Now, Macy's was going to go under during the COVID, if you recall. They were closing their stores, and they didn't know how they were going to stay in business. But they came up with the fireworks in New York. That's a big, very expensive thing with a company called Gucci or Grucci. Nothing to do with the decorators out of Italy. Grucci fireworks. And then they spend the money on the Thanksgiving Day parade, which is right in front of their store. And the reviewing stand is there, and they have all of the people from NBC, the Rockettes, from Radio City Music Hall. Why do they call it Radio City anyway? I know radio there. They don't even have a radio station there anymore. NBC, which I was on, was the last of the radio station, last of the red hot radio station, WNBC. They gave me the key and told me to get out of here. That was the end of it. We didn't have any more NBC radio. There was no more Radio City. Now it's not even Television City. When I first did the show on NBC TV, which was a few years ago, on a digital channel, NBC Digital, nobody knew what it was. And it was called, it had several names, but now it's Peacock. But I was streaming and screaming every night, 10 to midnight, on NBC television, live from Times Square, from the NASDAQ window. And people looked at me like I was on the moon. And I was outside social networking. I had everybody there, including the Spider-Man and the Naked Cowboy, of course, and the Naked Cowgirl came along. I wasn't going to join that club. I hated the Nudist Colony. The only person that does well in the Nudist Colony was that guy in ZZ Top, the one with that big beard. He's the one that goes out for pizza. But we have a society now that is catching up on what I put together. I'm not to be so braggadocious. Don't you love that word? But this is like a lot of crap. I've been telling these guys for a bunch of years. Radio is David Sarnoff, who created NBC television, put radio on TV. That's how he began television. So what I wanted to do, and I did it, was to put TV on radio and to combine the two, because it was called the phone. I saw the phone as being the instrument of choice and directing the traffic. I knew we didn't have TV Guide anymore. We didn't have Casey Kasem, and there was no more librettos from the opera. We didn't have anything to give us a guide, and we still don't. You know, people are still lost all over the place. It's so separated. Now, there are a lot of people who like this separation because it sells products in a way that nothing else would ever be able to work for, and that is to target market things based on people sticking on the set. Why? What do I mean by that? Okay, when you're watching something on the internet, you got the bird. She loves me. She's going to give me a hickey. When you're watching the phone and the internet on the phone, she's giving me a hickey right now. She's doing it right now. Bird love. Isn't it great? Just another pecker. So here we go. On television, which I was on NASDAQ in the window of Times Square, I did a show every night, 10 to midnight. And I had to go outside and socially network people. I went inside and did the actual show, ad-libbed, 2 hours, no writers. And don't say it showed, because it didn't. It's on YouTube, you can watch it. It's all night live with Joey Reynolds, and you'll see it on NBC television. The shows were very, very well done, incidentally. We had a great director and producer. And it was on NBC television, on the digital network. Our show was about $5,000 to produce, and Jimmy Fallon was $500,000. Now, what would you have gone with? You were a company. But they didn't own the show. NBC didn't own it. We did. It was the Times Square Footprint was the name of my company. So we put my footprint in Times Square, and I had this thing on the air every night. So what did we do? We looked for sponsors, and nobody believed in digital performance. They didn't believe in streaming. They weren't there yet. People weren't there yet. So what is ABC doing now? Everything they're doing is live from Times Square. They've turned Times Square into a showpiece. And it wasn't. When I got there, there was a car that was with a kid from Connecticut that was threatening to bomb Times Square, and they caught him, and they got the bomb, and they got the car, and nobody ever wanted to be in Times Square. They were afraid at that point. Mayor Bloomberg wanted to put some sort of an outside presence there, so he put a folding chair and a folding table outside. That was the beginning of everybody being invited to come to Times Square. You know, nobody wanted to be there. So we were there, NASDAQ in the window, right across from the police department, every night, 10 to midnight, in the winter. It was beautiful. In the summer, we had a wonderful time. And I had a lot of great stars on the show. Everybody you could think of did the show, including the governor. And we had a wonderful time. But NBC was asleep at the wheel. They didn't have the idea and the vision. They never had the vision to see what they're doing right now. They already had. And the same at WABC in New York, where I had a show every Sunday night at 9 o'clock. You could go to and watch this show. It's still on recall. It was on radio, television, and the internet. It was called Sunday Night Live. Go to sundaynightlive.com and you'll see those shows. It was a 1 hour show on WABC and KABC and on the iHeart network, all across. I did this a long time ago. And the reason I'm talking about it now is because now they are talking about it. It's about time. They've come to the idea that I should really be out of retirement. And I'm not in retirement. I'm not retired. I never got tired. So I can't be retired unless I'm over at the Michelin factory.